and thank you for tuning in. This is Parastato TV. I am your host, Andrew Kamau. Now today I am delighted to have with me Mr. Andrew Kamau, the PS Petroleum Department. How are you, sir?
Very well.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How have you been?
Good.
Good. Now from the private sector to working in the government, how is the experience so far?
Well, it's as I expected it. Yeah, so things are moving along. Yeah.
Okay, that is nice. Now, you happen to be the first PS in the Petroleum Department. What has changed? We didn't have a PS before under the Petroleum Department.
Yeah, I guess it reflects the changes that are happening in the industry, you know, with the discovery of oil and the need to have a pipeline to exploit our resources and additional work.
I would love you to take us through the country's petroleum sector briefly.
You know, you hear a lot about the petroleum sector being upstream and midstream and downstream. So let's start with what people know, which is downstream. Petrol stations, refineries, imports of fuel, and then we'll go to midstream, which is the pipeline part of it, and then upstream, which is exploration and production. So on downstream, you know that Kenya is probably one of the most competitive downstream industries in the world, if not in the continent, where all the fuel is imported through an open tender system. All the oil companies get together and they import at the same price, which makes for quite a uniform industry. And they only compete now on service. But you know, it's unusual in that Kenya also is the gateway to our neighboring countries. So we also have to have an efficient downstream business. And in addition to that, now we've added LPG gas, LP gas, which we want to be a substitute for kerosene and charcoal and firewood, because you know Kenya is now becoming a middle-income country. So if we're going to be a middle-income country, we also have to bring everybody else into this middle-income space. So if they can use a cleaner fuel, the better. On the midstream, of course, Kenya Pipeline is the company that dominates that midstream, with the pipeline all the way to Kisumu and Eldoret for exports. We are in the process of building the replacement to Line 1 from Mombasa to Nairobi. This pipeline has been there for quite a long time, and we hope to finish it by the end of the year. The Nakuru to Kisumu pipeline is now concluded and commissioned, so we should see more activity in that part of the world. And on the upstream, which is where most Kenyans seem to be quite interested in, after the discovery of oil, now we want to start commercializing it. And so we are busy in discussion with our partners to build the pipeline to Lamu.
Okay. And has Kenya come to realize its potential in the oil sector?
No, we're nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
Why?
If you look at our gas consumption, LPG, we are 200,000 tons per year in Kenya, 40 million people. If you look at a country like Morocco, which has got the same population of 40 million people, they are 2 million tons per year. So we are 1/10, you know. So just on that one product, we are still nowhere near. If you look at the upstream, on the exploration, we've drilled 78 wells. We've exploited a sub-basin out of our almost 380,000 square kilometers of sedimentary basins. Maybe we've done 10 or 20,000 square kilometers. So we are still really at the beginning, and we hardly know what we have in this country. Yes.
So what is the position with the exploration? Are we still discovering it?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've only maybe explored 1/10 or 1/20th of the total area. So we're really at the beginning.
Okay, so how long is it going to take Kenya to start gaining and get the economic value from the petroleum?
Maybe by 2021. But exploration is an ongoing thing. Even in the United States, after they discovered the oil in the last 2 centuries ago, they're still discovering things through fracking and new oil fields. So there also, the exploration is still going on there.
So we are going to take a short break. We are going to be back in a while.